Hello, my name is Aaron Tyler, and this is my final presentation for the beginning Ministerial Internship class. I'm going to be talking about who I talked to, the mentors I have that were part of the class, and the different mentorship conversations that I had. And I was going to go into a few different ideas and topics that we talked about slash that I learned about um, in the class. First off, what does it mean to be a leader? How to make decisions in ministry, and then finally anointing versus forcing, uh, specifically with like yourself in ministry and positions. So who I talked to was a couple of men in my life. I have Pastor Blair Wood and Pastor Wes Smith. I've known Wes for a very long time. Um, and I've known him before he was even in ministry, and then as he was in ministry as a youth pastor, Pastor Blair Wood is my current pastor at the church I go to, so I was able to have a few conversations with them. First thing was what does it mean to be a leader. Really talked to Blair on this one. How to see people, how to like not just have people as like a number in your church or in your ministry, but actually see them where they're at and be able to see the potential in them and be able to see where they're at and what they're going through to be effective in shepherding them, stewarding them, and helping them out. As well as a leader, like how to have people buy into your ministry, especially as if you're a lead pastor, how to have them buy into the vision of the church. What does that look like? How to do that? A lot of that is about relationship building, and you got to have relationships with the people that you're leading to be able to even have them buy into the vision. If they don't have a relationship with you, they're not going to trust you. They're not going to buy into the vision that you have. They don't know you, or you got to be able to build up those relationships you have with the people. And then how to lead with by example, actions over words, by being with them in the ministry, not just being someone who says what's going on or has people do everything, but you don't do anything, but actually being in the thick of it with them, and how to lead with empathy. And understanding. It goes back to seeing them, seeing the people, how to uh, uh, see where they're at and empathize with them to be able to help them through whatever they're going through. Another thing I talked about, how to make decisions in ministry. Talked to Wes about this one. How to know what to do, because there's like no blueprint for being in ministry. How do you actually like make the decisions in your ministry to know what to do, when to do it, how to do it? What happens if you fail? Like, you're obviously mistakes are going to happen. What do you do? How do you go about that? How to learn from them, grow from them, so that when you go forward, you're learning from what you've done in the past. So, for example, like he's a youth pastor, he's done many different events for youth. So, like over the years, those events have evolved and gotten better, gotten scrapped some ideas, gotten new ideas to know what works to help engage students, and things like that. That's a small scale of learning from what you've done in the past. Obviously, there's different scales of failing. Sometimes it could be a bigger scale, more public scale, more damaging scale of failing that could actually impact your ministry. That's a big one. That's where the relationship and ethics class could come into play, by holding yourself to a standard. So this was just like talking about, making decisions, also within your lead pastor, how to, if you have a specific ministry under a lead pastor, how to like make decisions and run your ministry with how you want it to be ran, but also falling underneath the leadership of your lead pastor and the vision for the church as a whole, how to make that all fit and flush and gel together. So that was a pretty beneficial conversation. Finally, anointing versus forcing, not necessarily a conversation I had with anyone, but it was in the class, the topic that was from Christine Kane. anointing versus kind of like self-appointment, like you're just trying to thrust yourself into a position or a place where you don't belong or not ready for yet. That was a really fantastic video. Why you shouldn't force yourself into something. You got to wait for God to place you, because when he places you, uh, he has appointed you for what he has anointed you for. So when you wait for him to do it, it will be so much more beneficial and effective in that ministry and what is going on than if you try to force yourself in that position when you're not ready and timing's not right and whatever else. And it's usually out of just trying to self-seek that position and validation, when as we're just serving the Lord, and he will appoint you when the time is right for what he has anointed you for. So all in all, I like this class a lot. I liked having conversations with different people and mentors to be able to learn and get ideas about what it's like to be in ministry from them as they've been in ministry, and always like learning from other people. So the conversations were very beneficial, as well as different topics that were in the class. So that was a little bit about my time in the class and what I learned, and I thank you.